Broadcast live.
19 to beta, 19 to beta, 19 to beta, 19 to beta. Homonat, DC. I got goons in the cut and your girl tryna fuck, but tonight it's just me and Hennessy.
I'm standing with the young and up and coming artist Focalistic, someone who's obviously a part of the gang, the Major League gang. He's obviously featured on a lot of tracks, and he's got a lot of tracks where they're also featured. So just a quick one, man, just to base it around the Major League Gardens. What can you tell us about it from your end, and what some of the things that you might be looking forward to now being on the lineup, and things that you might foresee within the future?
For me, Major League Gardens is special because I always said I would never go to events unless I'm booked, because I wasn't really a person that goes out. So yeah, last year was my first one, and funny enough, I was booked. So yeah, for me, it's more of a thing of like, it's a stamp of validation that you never knew you needed, because I've always heard about like Major League Gardens. So me being there after having said that says a lot, in my mind. It means more than I could actually just describe, you know what I'm saying?
It's been like a stepping stone. It's obviously helped. I'm sure it's obviously done some stuff for you, for where you are at now in terms of your career, and obviously where you'd like to go. And there's opportunities. It just opens windows and gates. Everyone obviously kind of benefits from this. But just from you, like I said, where do you foresee this, them as now, the event space itself? Where do you foresee yourself within this thing? Is it still going to be that, are you guys going to bring out those tracks, those hits that everyone wants to hear? Like, what's going on? Like, tell me.
Man, more hits, more everything, bro. But apart from that, I see Major League going, Africa, London. I hope like when this happens, they replay this interview. But yeah, soon. Like, yeah, very soon. I see it going London and becoming just a big social festival, you know what I mean? Like, South Africa has enjoyed it now. It's time for us to move, you know what I mean?
So we're here with this lovely lady, Mimi Thabethe. The brains behind everything, she's the one that's kind of the doctor, the psychologist, the support group, everything that we need within Major League Gardens. So we just want to ask her a few things from her end as to what she does, and obviously how she helps the event being executed. So yeah, Mimi, can you just tell us a little bit more as to where you are and how you obviously, fall into this?
So simply put, because I'm a simple lady, I head up communications and strategy for Major League. I'm the lady that does all the negotiations, the one that makes the boys understand that corporates also have KPIs. So when you don't do what you say you're going to do, it becomes a problem, because those are the conversations we have in the boardrooms, and those are probably the hardest. So I'm the lady that actually brings all the calm, all the madness, all together, so there's order and you guys get the amazing events executed every single time.
Being a part of the team and obviously handling operations and whatnot, how does it feel like being the only female in this? Because it is a bit difficult. I'm sure you have, I know I might be giving you stress, but just as a group, how are we? How do we, build up to the events, on the day of the events and post events? There's obviously must be a different synergy. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it.
Totally. So being the only female doesn't really matter, because I feel like I'm part of a family. I think the boys for me are family, and as much as siblings fight, that's what it is, and that's what it's always going to be. And I actually think it's a good thing that I'm the only female, because I think then they actually take me more seriously. They don't take each other as seriously as they take me, because everyone is like, Mimi's here, guys, order needs to be restored. And that's exactly what I kind of try bring in. And I think my competitive advantage, Shawn, is because I'm loud, and I'm really rational, and I'm really kind, and I've worked in corporate. So I literally bring the best of both worlds. I understand the vision that they're trying to bring, but I also understand the commitments that corporates also expect of us. So simply put, being female, no. Being part of a family that is actually committed to making a dream come to life. And also, I think very importantly, delivering on what the people want. Major League has always been the people's choice, right? And everything that we do is always anchored on that. Like, they want to feed the culture, they want to make sure that everything that they do is actually progressing and taking the youth forward. So being a part of that is more important than actually what my gender is in the mix of things.
Okay, cool, and I hear you, and thank you very much for that. And just lastly, is there anything you just might want to say, like towards the fans? I mean, obviously we're doing the 5th year anniversary celebration, and a group of fans obviously won and got the opportunity to come and wine and dine with the guys. Is there anything you just like to say to them? And obviously, you know, there's a future behind this, and you know, there are obviously projections as to what they must probably do.
So simply put, don't disregard your dreams. Like, you know, it's hard. Eventing is difficult. Reality is a lot of events are being cancelled because there's not enough sponsorship. And I think it's because there's really no foresight. What the boys have done and kind of done really well is sit back and reflect and envision where they want to go. So we look at 2020 strategies, 2025 strategies, because we want the people that are partnering with us and investing in the property to believe that we have a vision for it. So if you really want to get into the eventing space, take time to reflect, position yourself, understand who you need to have on your team, because the perfect mix is always going to actually result in the perfect recipe, the amazing tasting events, and also the after reflections where people actually look back and say, actually, we couldn't have done this if we didn't have a Shawn, we didn't have a Tato, we didn't have a Tulani or John, you know, a Wade. It really is about the team. It's not about the individual, but it's the team understanding what the bigger picture is. And for Major League, it's always going to be about feeding the culture. And we hope we bring that to life in all the gardens that we do, all the music that they put out, all the fashion that they wear, even the exercise routines and the gymming. You know, the health piece is so important, but it's all about feeding the culture. So anybody that wants to do this, stick to your heart. Like, literally, your dreams will be realized if you're actually doing what you love.
Broadcast live